Good evening. My name is Jeff Lorber. We're so happy to have you here tonight for the UIS Celebration of Philanthropy. This is an expression of gratitude on behalf of UIS and the University of Illinois Foundation and the great work that you all do for us. We recognize tonight activities such as engagement, volunteerism, advocacy. We are delighted to honor Dick and Hannah McDaniel, champions of NPR Illinois, UIS, and the University of Illinois system tonight. We can give an applause for that, certainly. We'll get to more activities associated with the Winter Award later, but we do have a few previous recipients and some other folks I want to introduce tonight. I believe Dr. Leonard Branson is here tonight, and I think we may have some photos or something like that to show too. So, Leonard, thank you. David Farrell, I know he's here. There he is. Karen Hasera. Julie Kellner. Saul Morse, and Saul's over here. And I haven't seen him yet, but I think Paul O'Shea is supposed to be here too. Okay, there he is. And I want to give a special shout out to our great friend, the almost 101-year-old guru, if you will, Evelyn Brandt Thomas. In the last year or two, in case you're not keeping track, Evelyn she is a recent recipient of the SJR's First Citizen Award. She did receive an honorary doctorate of humane letters from the University of Illinois back in 2014, but here just in the last month, she's also presented the Order of Lincoln Award up in Chicago. And remarkable. So what's on your plate for tomorrow, Evelyn? I'll never know. I'm sure I won't. So, well, at this point, it's my pleasure to introduce one of my bosses, Jim Moore, the President and CEO of the University of Illinois Foundation. Jim has been in the field for about the same length of time I have, I guess, probably about 35 years. He's been the leader of the University of Illinois Foundation since 2015. He has been uber involved in our profession in so many different ways. And I've got a list of a whole bunch of things here I could talk about, but maybe key among those is we have a professional organization for people in the advancement world. So that's marketing, communications, fundraising, alumni engagement, other areas, government relations, things like that. You know, Jim just finished not too terribly long ago a term as the chairman of this international organization with membership of roughly 90,000 individuals. So as I've said before, he's kind of a big deal. But I tell you, in terms of the leadership that he and through his service that the University of Illinois provides for what we do in this realm, it's something that most of us in this room can't possibly imagine, and I'm proud to be a member of that organization. I'll just kind of leave it at that, Jim.
That's perfect.
I'm glad you're my friend, and I'm so glad for it.
That's plenty. Thanks, Jeff. We've been doing this for almost 9 years now together, so I know most of you, and most of you hopefully know who I am. I know some of you know who I am because when I approach you, you run. But Jeff, thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here tonight for this special evening and annual celebration of philanthropy. And on behalf of the University of Illinois Foundation Board, our chair, Dick Osborne, and our entire foundation team, some of whom are here, I'd just like to add my warm welcome to all of you as well. Dick, as many of you know, he's UIS alumnus. He's the first UIS alumnus to serve as the board chair of the foundation, and he's in the first year of his term of service. He's done an incredible job representing UIS and helping us and our board, Saul's here, he can attest to that, really do the best job we can to support our advancement programs. So I really want to thank Jeff for introducing me to Dick a number of years ago, and we're just delighted that Dick and Shar have decided to take on this extra role of serving to lead our foundation. So I'm also really grateful to see all of you tonight. As I said, so many familiar faces and several of you who I have met for the first time. So it's great to see everybody. This event, as Jeff said, and as you all know, is called the Celebration of Philanthropy. But it's ultimately a celebration of all of you. Your presence here tonight does indeed fill us with immense gratitude. Your commitment to supporting UIS really speaks volumes about your belief in the power of education and the transformative impact it has on individuals and society as a whole. But beyond the tangible benefits of your generosity, tonight is really also about recognizing the deep-rooted connection that binds all of us together, and that is being members of the University of Illinois family. Your continued involvement and engagement with UIS not only enriches our university community, but it really does serve as an inspiration to current and future generations of students as well. And of course, we're here tonight to honor Richard and Hannah McDaniel, the recipients of the 2024 William E. Winter Award for Outstanding Advocate Leadership. You're going to hear more about Richard and Hannah in just a little bit. But it's my pleasure to really be among the first to congratulate the McDaniels on this well-deserved honor, and also to thank them for the decades of generosity they have bestowed on our university here in Springfield. As you know, recipients of the William E. Winter Award are extraordinary individuals, and the foundation is really honored to be able to work with our colleagues here at UIS and our advancement team to celebrate these amazing leaders. In addition to our awardees, it's also great to see so many passionate philanthropists, and we use that word a lot. Obviously, that's the title of this event, but you really are philanthropists, and the stories that you share do really inspire us and on a daily basis because of the impact that you make in your philanthropic endeavors. You enable us through your giving to provide scholarships for deserving students, enhance facilities like the one we're in, conduct life-changing research, and foster innovative programming that really will help shape the leaders of tomorrow. So on this special evening, as we celebrate philanthropy and philanthropists like yourselves, I really can't say thank you enough. You are the reason the University of Illinois can transform lives and serve society in unparalleled ways. You are the reason the University of Illinois is a premier public university system. And your contributions of time, talent, and treasure are building a bridge to a bright future for generations of University of Illinois students and their families. So celebrating you and what you do for UIS on a night like this is always, always very special. However, tonight, I will say, is also a very special evening for me, and this event, as I said, is something Jeff and I have done for 9 years. Many of you know we've done it together for 9 years. He's done it a lot longer than I have. But many of you know Dr. Lorber will be retiring this summer. So the next time we see Jeff at the Celebration of Philanthropy event, he will be a donor, not our Vice Chancellor. So Jeff, I just want to take this opportunity to extend a public thank you to you for your incredible service to UIS. You have been a great friend and a trusted colleague, and we're certainly going to miss you. And while we will celebrate Jeff more formally at a later date, please join me in thanking him for being a stellar Prairie Star and for his considerable contributions to UIS. So as you know, Jeff has run this event very diligently and with a lot of discipline for many years. So he gave me the time I've taken. And so I'm going to, at this point, just once more say thank you, thank you, thank you to everything you all do for the University of Illinois Springfield. Have a great evening tonight, and I'm going to turn it back over to Jeff.
Thank you, Jim. You're way too kind as always. So, well, I guess you all figured out it's okay to go ahead and eat your salads. So I'll check that one off. There will be servings of the main encore or courses and such here soon. If you have special dietary needs, please be sure to put the card you received with your name tag near the top of your plate. Perhaps most importantly, the bar will be open until 7:30. That's a hard stop. and enjoy your meal, and then we'll come back after dinner, probably in about another 45 minutes, and we'll get on with the program.
Well done.
Good evening again. And we're back. If you haven't finished dessert already, please continue, but we're going to get on with the program. We have a few people who are going to be up and down on stage here and such, but we'll keep this program moving quickly. Again, to kind of echo previous comments that Jim had, we are so grateful for everything you do for this wonderful institution. Kind of continuing that theme, it is now my pleasure to introduce Chancellor Janet Gooch. She is the 7th leader of this institution. She's an accomplished higher educational leader and educator. She is, the words in front of me are in a lengthy paragraph, but it states it so succinctly what she's all about. In a good way. She is working to enhance the university's impact by attracting a more diverse student body, addressing workforce needs, and and promoting social mobility. Her focus is on using experiential education to supply employers with skilled graduates, while also expanding teaching methods to cultivate critical thinking and interpersonal skills. Under her leadership, UIS is growing as a community that values varied perspectives, civic engagement, and having positive impact on the region and on the world. She and we want UIS to be known as a university with the power to transform individual lives. I think that says it pretty succinctly, don't you? And I didn't write that, unfortunately, but it's good to know. Anyway, please join me in welcoming Chancellor Gooch.
Thanks, Jeff. I really appreciate that introduction. Good evening. It is so wonderful to be here. This is my second one of these, and I think every time I come, it gets a little bit better. It's wonderful to have you here tonight to celebrate with our friends, our community members, and our alumni, and to honor Richard and Hannah McDaniel for their dedication to UIS and to the University of Illinois system. The remarkable generosity and unwavering support of individuals here tonight have been instrumental in shaping the success of our university. We truly could not do it without you. Philanthropy is more than just giving money. It is a commitment to making a difference and is a testament to the values of compassion, generosity, and service to others that define our university community. From scholarships that make education accessible to students to research initiatives that push the boundaries of knowledge, the impact of philanthropy can be seen and felt in every corner of our campus. Today, as we celebrate the profound impact of philanthropy on our university, we also recognize the vital role that every one of you plays in our success. Whether you have given of your time, your resources, or your expertise, your contributions have made a difference in the lives of our students, our faculty, and our staff. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for joining us tonight. Before I conclude my remarks, I would like to take a moment to recognize our distinguished award recipients this evening. Richard and Hannah McDaniel have been selected to receive the William E. Winter Award for Outstanding Advocate Leadership in recognition of their contributions to the University of Illinois Springfield, and especially to NPR Illinois. Both are graduates of the University of Illinois, earning multiple degrees from the University of Illinois Chicago. Richard and Hannah have supported NPR Illinois at UIS for nearly 5 decades. They have frequently participated in the station's fund drives, provided matches to inspire other listeners to give, and sponsored underwriting spots to promote events for local art groups. When phonathons were popular, remember that? Hannah's voice was frequently heard on the air, encouraging others to give. Richard has been a strong advocate for NPR Illinois. this I Believe contest for area high school students. He's helped promote the program and been there to cheer on recipients for almost the entire 20-year history of the program. On behalf of the University of Illinois Springfield, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to Richard and Hannah on this well-deserved recognition. Thank you for your tireless dedication and support, and for all that you do to help make UIS a better place. And I want to say, too, that I had the joy of sitting at their table, and it reminded me so much of my own family's dinner conversation with the grandchildren there at the table. It was truly an exceptional evening. That was off script. It is now my privilege to introduce Randy Eccles, General Manager of NPR Illinois. Randy became NPR Illinois General Manager in 2013 after serving as the Development Director since 2008. Randy currently serves as the President of the Illinois Public Broadcasting Council, which is the association for all public media organizations in Illinois. This past year, he served on the Governor's Local Journalism Task Force. Randy co-hosts Community Voices and its music-focused edition, CVX, on Saturday evenings. I'd like to invite Randy to the podium to introduce this year's recipients of the William E. Winter Award for Outstanding Advocate Leadership.
Well, this is tremendous. I'm so happy to see the McDaniels and their family, and thank you, Janet, for the kind introduction. I'm honored to be here tonight to recognize Hannah and Dick. In 2008, when I started as a first-time development director, having to fundraise to enable what NPR Illinois does was daunting, and I was having to learn what fundraising was. I knew radio, but I had to learn fundraising. For development people, making the ask is not only scary, but it's a key indicator of whether we're going to be successful in this role. Fortunately for me, I received a call during my first pledge drive from Hannah. She introduced herself. She asked how the drive was going and how she could help. I was not really sure, being new to the pledge drive thing, how to answer. So she offered a significant donation to help NPR Illinois that we could use as a match to encourage others to give. Amazed and pleased, I accepted. Then I immediately had to figure out how to execute a donor match on the air. This wasn't a one-time occurrence. I found that during every drive, Hannah would call and ask how she and Dick could help. What Hannah didn't know is that her efforts went well beyond helping sustain our NPR member station here in Springfield. It demonstrated to a green development director at the time how friendly, passionate, and generous public radio listeners are. It taught me to embrace the ask. So it only took a couple drives, and then I began to contact Hannah and see if she and Dick wanted to provide a match for the drive. So she taught me well. The example taught me that public radio donors want to help and are happy that they can ensure that we succeed. I also learned that donors don't give for recognition. Hannah and Dick are humble and don't expect credit for their gifts. They want the organization to thrive. Hannah and Dick allowed us to identify their matches because we found that when listeners would hear of their friends giving, that would motivate them to join the cause. So it was very motivational. Inspiring others is part of what the William E. Winter Award is all about. Outstanding advocate leadership. And Hannah and Dick continue to embody this ethic. Additionally, I see them in the community. I've seen Dick at Rotary many times, Hannah answering calls during the drives, well, at least when that used to happen. I was able to even hear them sing with their choral group. They came over to our Suggs Performance Studio and recorded some choir songs, and it was great to be able to hear them do something they loved. Thanks to Hannah and Dick, I and subsequent NPR Illinois development directors quickly learned of the generosity of listeners and to embrace asking you to support public radio. Richard and Hannah McDaniel have been essential to the success of NPR Illinois and the university. as supporters and donors. Thank you, Hannah and Dick, very much. Stay tuned. Jeff Lorber will introduce the next part of the program.
I've got about 15, 20 minutes of material, and then we'll kind of get to the, 15 to 20 seconds of material. Very simply, we have a surprise for Hannah and Dick. Pay close attention to the screens. Oh, by the way, this surprise is for the rest of us too, but especially for them.
You're listening to NPR Illinois, and thanks for switching your dial to 91.9 UIS today. And so today I am here with Dick McDaniel, and he and his wife Hannah have been among our most loyal donors. So Dick, thank you for your support. Thank you for being here.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here.
Dick and Hannah are just a team. The love that they have for each other and the family is clear. And Dick lives his life by the Rotary mantra of service above self.
They taught us the difficult things that you need to know. Things like you have to be responsible for yourself. You have to be responsible for your community. You have to make sure that you not only are living your own life and enjoying it, but really more importantly that you're making a difference and an impact in the world, and you make the world a better place.
They were just true friends of public radio in Springfield. And they would help the station out in any way they could.
Because of their large social conscience, because of their interest in the community in which they are living, because of their interest in Central Illinois, they have contributed incredible amounts of time and incredible amounts of money to make the radio station one of the very best in the United States.
And I know you're involved with Springfield Rotary Sunrise, and your group is partners with us on the This I Believe essay contest.
Yes, it has been most informative. It's phenomenal to see.
This was an example where you were actually taking literate teens and having them write some essays about situations in their life, and the winners would be read on the air. They'd get a scholarship. They really got it off to a good start, and it's been a pretty successful program through the years.
Giving to NPR Illinois is important to me because it means supporting a positive source for future generations.
My mom and my dad both will talk about NPR, their favorite stories, their favorite shows, their favorite functions that the radio station provides for the community. They'll talk about it, anytime, drop of a hat. It's fun to support something that you love. And they had a lot of fun supporting NPR because they love NPR.
We could use them in a variety of ways. They would come out and be glad to answer the phones. If a fund drive was meeting its goal, they were paying attention to those numbers and how it was going all week.
We need the people who do what we believe in to be the ones who get recognition and who get the publicity. Because without that, we don't see the kind of people as role models and as leaders. So I would say to Dick and Hannah, it's important for them to be recognized so the rest of us can celebrate what's important.
If at the end of my life I could be half as generous as they were with their time and with themselves and with all of the things that they've been able to do, I think I would be wildly successful.
Dick, Hannah, would you please come to the stage?
Thank you.
Oh, good evening. Hannah and I thank you so much for coming to be with us this evening. And now, a little bit of our history. Hannah and I go back quite a few years. Oh, she's leaving. We met in Chicago at the Medical Center campus in the 1960s. She was in nurses training and I was in dental school. She first noticed me when she was working in the dormitory cafeteria. I always took 2 vegetables. The strange ones. 4 years passed, I proposed and she accepted. I guess that was easy to feed, I'm not sure. Okay. Uncle Sam then invited us on a 3-year vacation to Germany. Yeah, I think you probably remember the Vietnam era, okay? I don't think we would have ever left Illinois had we not been invited to go. I was a firm homebody. Upon returning, we came back to Chicago for my 2 years of orthodontic training, and Hannah worked as a nurse to support us. Thank you, Hannah. Oh, that was back in the day, you probably don't remember this, that was back in the day of welded stainless steel orthodontic bands. If you're young, you don't remember that. Soldered stainless steel attachments, and oh, so tasty dental cement. Those were brutal days. Upon completion, I spent a brief period of time in a practice in Arlington Heights, followed by an invitation to join my dental school classmate, Mike Sternstein, in an orthodontic practice in the wonderful city of Springfield. And we've been here ever since. If I remember correctly, at that time, our backyard was beautiful, flat, productive farmland stretching to the Pacific Ocean. That was before Highway 4. Hannah and I had always had a passion for well-researched, well-written, local and international news. We currently get 3 newspapers, SGR, what remains of it, the Chicago Tribune, and the Sunday edition of the New York Times. Oh, and as well, several news magazines, including The Week. They're good sources of information. And yes, we routinely listen to National Public Radio and go online to nprillinois.com. That's our sources of good researched information. We arrived here just before National Public Radio launched in Springfield, so we preceded them by a little bit. I believe the first live broadcast was January 3rd, 1975. Does that sound right? Okay. Okay. Rich Bradley was on board for the start of a 35-year run at WSSR. WSSR, where did the R come from?
I think it was radio, Saginaw State Radio.
Oh, okay. I was told that somebody up and around the Wisconsin station got an SSU, and we had to take the SSR.
That's right.
Okay. But we got it back. I believe the changing identity of the station went from WSSR in 1974, WSSU in 1989, WUIS in 1995, and NPR Illinois in 2015. Oh, what a history. We've been a long way. We have been fans and supporters of it the entire time. It's been a real highlight of Springfield. Oh yes, and some of the familiar names and personalities that came through our ears over the years included, are you ready? Brad Swanson. Rich Bradley, oh yes. Peggy Boyer Long. Mary Carlin McNeil. Carita Cardoza. And some more recent ones, Bill Wheelhouse, Charlie Wheeler, Randy Eccles, and Sean Crawford. I hope that some of those sound familiar to you, okay? We've been listening for that many years. If you want a good look at the history of NPR Illinois, go to, are you ready? You got your pencils? Go to nprillinois.org, select More, Even More, and History. It's well worth the trip. It's amazing, the history that goes behind that. Oh, I recommend it. Don't miss that, okay? If you didn't write it down, ask me later, I'll give you the full information. Oh, and now, a word of caution. I would like to share with you the fact that we now live in a world being taken over by AI. It's scary. Artificial intelligence. I can't believe those two words go together. Computer-generated news. Oh, and articles in a world of extreme right and extreme left. And you can unfortunately go online and read anything you think you might want to hear. It's scary. We really need to support carefully, credibly gathered, researched, and documented reporting. NPR does just that. So stay on board, give the support that we need. Yeah. It is available live daily if your eyes and ears are free at 91.9. And better yet, especially for someone like me whose hearing is bad and I'm busy most of the day, it is online when you have time to listen or read it undistracted at nprillinois.org. It's there, it's available anytime that you're free to see it. It doesn't get any better than that. It's there and available. Oh, and again, thank you so much for coming this evening and sharing this very special event with us. Thank you.
Keep it going for a minute for both Dick and Hannah. Wow. Don't you always feel a little bit better about things after a night like this? This is fantastic. I'm so happy for both of you, but I'm happy for all of us that we have the opportunity to interact with folks like Dick and Hannah. Well, the magic moment is here. As they used to say in the movies, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Well, you can stay for a few minutes, but the bar is closed, so right, But anyway, thank you again for coming out. I hope that this is always a special night for all of you and all of us. I know it is for me. It's been a great opportunity to work with all of you for so many years. And we'll still be around. You won't get rid of us that easily. But this is, as you know, this is a special institution. Public radio is really a gem that, most places don't have the opportunity to have something like that in their hip pockets. So thank you again for coming out. Safe drive home, and we'll see you back here next year. You may take the centerpieces home as well.